Welcome in to Sweaty Time, a pro wrestling, the only podcast on the Marchline Media Empire conglomeration experience, breaking out and down, beat by beat, sweat by sweat, and episode by episode, Lucha Underground. Hey, James, I'm going to ask you about two numbers. Tell me how you feel about them. It's maybe number 4, and how about a number 12?
A 4 and 12. Oh, because it's season 4, episode 12. I'm liking those quite a bit. Till Death Do Us short.
Well, hold on. No, don't. How dare you? How dare you bring up the name of this episode, Till Death Do Us Part? The beautiful, magnanimous, effervescent wedding between the illustrious Johnny Mundo and Taya Vera Loca Valkyrie. How dare you bring up the sharding? How dare you compare that to a fart with a little bit extra?
Hey, Sean, it's been 2 weeks since we've recorded something, and I just want to say something to you, and I'm pretty sure anyone out there can translate this right now. Did I like this episode? Fuck you.
What do you... Aww. Well, I can't translate that, so I'll find out next week when somebody gets into the Discord to let me know what... Oh,
no, but I actually did like this episode. I should have said, did I hate this episode? Fuck you.
Fuck you. Okay, it actually took me... I got there. It took me a second. Yeah, this was an interesting-ass episode. I liked a lot of it, and I love the wedding was so damn beautiful. I'm like... My overall note is it's wild how, like, both goofy and obviously scripted it was, but at the same time, like, it's so earnest. Like, they're tearing up the entire time. They love each other so... Fucking Johnny wife guy and Taya husband gal is so goddamn real, and it's so goddamn sweet to watch.
I couldn't find the exact record date of this episode because for some weird reason, Wikipedia doesn't have that for this season. At least it didn't on my phone, but it's either right before or right after they actually get married.
That makes sense. It looks that way. Like, it really does. It's not to take away from their acting abilities, of course. Johnny, star of that movie where he wrestles a dog. You gotta have range if you're gonna wrestle a dog on camera. You know, like, that's the thing no one talks about in Air Bud is those are the best actors of our generation, making us all think a dog can play basketball.
Oh, Air Bud 7, ruthless aggression. That's what it should have been, guys. And
I saw you go to a different place. I saw you, like, your soul just leave your body and then, like, come back with a newfound awakening to say ruthless aggression. And thank you for that. Thank you for going on that spiritual journey.
I was like, okay, what are some dog puns I can quickly do with wrestling?
Just a beautiful mind. The numbers start, like, falling into place.
I got to give a shout out real quick to a Simpsons podcast that I will be on at the end of the month or / the beginning of next month called Lee Carvallo's Podding Challenge, a Simpsons video gaming podcast where I told them right away, I was like, hey, I would like to be on the Simpsons skateboarding episode. But 2 episodes ago, they did the Simpsons wrestling episode, and it's sort of like 3 podcasts in one, kind of how we did Shuffling the Deck, where the beginning will be about sort of a subject related to the game. So in the wrestling one, they talked about wrestling, specifically the Attitude Era, because, like, the Attitude Era made everyone want a wrestling game. So that's why The Simpsons just threw wrestling into a game. And then they discuss episodes released around the release of the game and then the game itself. But they did a quiz about the Attitude Era, and I believe I got all of them correct except the one where it was a trick question. They were like, which of these did not take place during the Attitude Era? And I took that as like, well, one of these has to be false, but I was like, I think all of these are real, and that's because just one of them took place during Ruthless Aggression. I was like, that's pedantic. Don't do that, guys. And
They got your ass. Most of them
had to do with, like, Vince McMahon has sex with his daughter, that type of bullshit. And it's like, come on, this dude's a fucking really, pervert.
No, he's really into that. It's so fucking weird. It was never. Oh my gosh, I think it was a rumor. I've been like accidentally baby talking for like probably at this point a couple of years now, but I feel like the last couple of days it's just gotten real bad. I think I almost said the coice in the middle of Scottish play that we were doing in the park that we just wrapped up. I'm gonna plug it. Come to Montrose, movement on Montrose at the end of this week. That's for later. But like you can't. It was right before the show started. And, you know, it's Macbeth. It's a big, scary play about witches and curses and tyranny and swords.
Real quick, it's witches, witches is already a baby talk. Witches, curses, swords, and what was the other thing?
Tyranny?
Okay, there we go.
Which is like, that's my point, though. This out of all the plays in the Shakespeare canon, you can't baby voice Macbeth. That's the worst.
Muppet Babies had to have done a Macbeth parody, so I think you can do that.
We did watch. A couple of us got together at another cast member's place to watch Arthur do McFrancine.
Oh hell yeah!
Where Francine starts like framing Brain so that she can get top marks in the class and get a special trip to meet the local weatherman. And it's like, so it's Francine as Macbeth and then Muffy as Lady Macbeth, which is great for both a retelling of Shakespeare through the lens of Arthur, as well as seeing a positive lesbian relationship on television. Well, positive might be a stretch. Macbeth and Lady Macbeth aren't role models. It's still nice to see, you know? It's still good to get that out there. But yeah, check out the Arthur Macbeth. It's real good.
Hell yeah.
Also, you get to watch Arthur.
And check out you on Montrose talking like a baby through Macbeth.
Tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow, signaling. Anyway, we can't get into Macbeth right now. We gotta get into this beautiful wedding and these wrestling matches on season 4, episode 12 of Lucha Underground. And you know we're gonna start off in the temple bathroom, where we see Johnny and his groomsmen, the Worldwide Underground, PJ and Ricky, and they're preparing these tuxes, dude. Lime green, no sleeves. Nobody is allowed to wear sleeves. It is the sexiest wedding of the century, and nobody's wearing sleeves.
I wish they were all assless chaps as well. That would have hey, no sleeves, no asses, because we're all ass and all guns.
Come on, James, it's a wedding. We take it a little seriously. Well, what if this was their actual wedding ceremony? All they did was get us their certificate, and this is no, this is we blew all of our budget doing a wrestling wedding.
There were some things that I was like, is that their family in the crowd? Because those people look sort of out of place. So maybe this was, but their real wedding was a little bit after the premiere of the season. So I'm like, I don't think this would have actually been their real wedding.
No, absolutely. Okay, well,
and I wasn't invited to their real wedding. Wikipedia if it's and the real wedding took place on this episode.
Well, I wasn't invited to their real wedding, so I'm counting this. No, I was going to say that looks like Taya's mom and maybe her aunt or sister, verbatim and they'd love to cut to her, in that front row when they get out there. So maybe, and one of the things, I felt this way when he proposed to her and he was doing the Macho Man voice. It felt like they were, because wrestling weddings have such a reputation in professional wrestling. Mm-hmm. There is a history behind that.
Comparatively to amateur wrestling.
Yeah, where nobody's allowed to get married because them fucking dorks are too busy training for the Olympics and breaking their freaking neck wrestling with Mark Kerr. I watched an interview with Mark Kerr where he talked about wrestling with Kurt Angle at Foxcatcher before Kurt would go on to win the 96 Olympics. Anyway, but it's that kind of you could tell how they were both so excited to do this. And it as it's happening, bleeding through their characters of oh, you guys are dorks for this and are actually very excited to be able to do this. both with your love for each other and your love of professional wrestling. It's watching two nerds. It's watching you and Nicole getting into like mostly speaking Sentai and Magical Meatball Girls. Like these two nerds love each other and the shit that they're into.
I was going to bring up, I wish there was a precedence or a stereotype of what a podcast wedding is or like a Super Sentai wedding is. And then Nicole and I could do that on the podcast. And then, you know, that would be the first and only episode of Mostly Speaking Sentai Nicole's mom would ever listen to, even though she was on an episode, because she's like, well, at least it's close enough. You know, this is, I guess, me seeing these two get married, hearing them, seeing them in my mind's eye.
Nice. I hope she listen to the episode. Hey, if you're on a podcast, listen to your own episode at the very least.
Well,
get over yourself.
Nicole's stepdad at least used to listen. I don't know if he kept up. I don't think he should listen to Magical Meatball Girls because Nicole gets raunchier than me on there sometimes, and he would hopefully would get uncomfortable.
My favorite deep lore about the entire Marcelite Media Podcast Empire conglomeration is that Pissmas is a Nicole idea.
Yeah.
It's like, you wouldn't think so, but like, no, listen, but if you listen to enough podcasts, you know, the bricks is a menace and it needs to be stopped. This is my call to Spider-Man to save us from the bricks. So we're in the temple bathroom. Groomsmen are getting ready. Jack shows up late, cigarette hanging out of his mouth, half open hoodie and black jeans. I'm like, this motherfucker is not dressed for a wedding at all. But he pins a corsage to Johnny's lapel, and he exposits that tonight is going to be special because Johnny's getting married, and Jack's going to beat Exolicious in a no moss match, which is the Lucha Underground equivalent to an I Quit match. I'm like, oh, he's not a bad friend. He has a match to do first, and then he'll get into his tux. Got it.
And as Johnny and Taya would agree, that sets a little bit more precedence over this wedding. Like, hey, go win this match for us, make us look cool, so then we can go into this wedding as victors.
Of course, and I'm sure their representative, Benjamin, would love that. Their agent, their manager, Benjamin, make sure they want to get those wins. Where is Benjamin, by the way? Oh, right, he's been murdered. There is some snakery going afoot, but there's no time for that now. We've got to bust out the red carpet. We've got to call the paparazzi. I was shocked by this. Johnny's former tag team partner in MLM, which again, I think I've said before, the first time I've ever appreciated a heel act as performers, like the first time I was a fan of bad guys, was WWE's MLM. That's right, Joey Wrestling, is here in another sleeveless lime green tux. I was like, did you recognize Joey Mercury when he came out? Did you have to look him up?
I mean, once they said who he was, I was like, okay, I know I've seen a pay-per-view possibly where, what was his infamous, what was another tag team Johnny was in?
The two big WWE ones were Eminem and then Johnny and The Miz, but I forget what they called themselves.
Okay, then I have 100% seen Eminem. They were in a maybe tables, ladders, and chair match, or it was a pay-per-view that had a tables, ladders, and chairs match at the end with the Dudley brothers and the other brothers.
The Hardy
brothers, the other brothers.
Yeah. No, I think are you referring to the infamous ladder spot with Joey Mercury and Jeff Hardy?
Probably.
This is the one that kind of ended Joey's career for the most part, where it's supposed to be like a seesaw. Jeff would hit one end of the ladder and it would go up. I think it was supposed to go up into him as Matt's face. Like Matt was kind of holding Joey there. But the ladder, like, I don't know exactly what happened. Somehow the ladder just like went straight into Joey's nose and like destroyed it. He wrestled for a little, he like had a mask on for a while, but that functionally kind of ended Eminem and their tag team.
No.
But he would go on. He spent some time in Ring of Honor as a trainer, as sort of the head booker. had more than a couple of demons for a little bit, but it looks like he came out on the other end. Joey, we're hoping you're doing well, to this day, because I loved Eminem.
Oh man, a couple demons. You got Jason Blood and who's another
These
demon?
nuts, man.
Gene Simmons.
Oh, gross. I'd rather talk about my testicles.
No, it's Etrigan teams up with Gene Simmons the demon. You better believe in 1993 that would have happened.
It would, of course, because Gene Simmons would have been fucking selling that across the board, looking for more royalties. Capitalist pig.
I'll say this, Psycho Circus, the comic series by Image, that, like, the artwork rules. Whenever the tome, the, compendium of that comes into the store, I've told the owner, I've told everyone, if that ever comes in, just set it aside, I'll pay $50 for it, all right?
Yeah, listen, it's beautiful, and Kiss was my first concert, one of my first favorite bands. I loved Kiss. I recognize nowadays Gene Simmons is an inarguably bad person and capitalist pig.
It's wild. Our first concerts, both people with face paint on.
Oh, shit. Speaking of face paint, paint your faces into a big old smile. Joey Mercury is here because he heard Johnny needed a best man. Ricky stutters, but PJ is supposed to be the best man. Johnny blows a raspberry, says, not anymore. And they air guitar in celebration. Joey's on board. But not you, Ricky. In fact, Johnny takes Ricky's air guitar away and hands it to Joey, which is such an insult. To have your air guitar ripped off of your body, given to another man.
Also, when Ricky is playing air guitar, it kind of sounds like when you're messing up on Rock Band or Guitar Hero, and just kind of like strumming, maybe not even plugged into an amp. That might be a better descriptor of it. And it was very funny, and then they just yank it away from them. Their space work? Is that what you would call it?
Yeah, space work. Yeah, like their miming abilities.
Yeah, it's top notch.
Object work, I think I've heard it called.
Yeah, object work. Craig Euler would be like, "Whoa, no notes, man, no notes. You did it good, kids."
Yeah. Your podcast is unlistenable, but you've got your improv terminology down. And we're like, unlistenable. And I said, well, come on.
Well, not
you've heard Sean's mic.
No, I'm saying Craig would say that to Worldwide Underground.
Oh, okay, yeah. What would he? And then he would give us notes about me being just a bad person, unrelated to the podcast. I beat dogs in parking lots for change.
Dang, you really took Airbud 7 woofless aggression to heart.
It's a tome. It's a tome of mine of how to live.
You fell into a vat that was made from the Dominator and came out the Joker.
Right. Oh, wow. Okay, we cannot, before we get back to the Dominator. Rest of the wedding party leave Ricky and his doll to consider what just happened to the mirror. And Dolly says, hope you're planning on keeping your vows. To me. Oh, something's going down. We cut to the desk. Vamp and Stryker in their fancy little wedding suits. They're hyping up the upcoming ceremony between Johnny and Taya, as well as that Exolicious and Jack Evans No Moss match. And returning to ring announcer, let's cut to Famous B, who announces our next match, Jake Strong versus Drago. 2 weeks ago, Drago was freed from the reptiles by his best friend Aerostar. Last week, Aerostar was rescued by a post-match ankle break and beatdown from Jake by Drago. This week, we're ringing the damn bell between the Savage and the Dragon.
Aw, yeah. And this match is set for one fall, but here in Chicago, we're just begging and praying for one fall day. Why is it so hot out? It sucks.
Wow.
I almost
get there.
I almost called you Henry.
Jesus Christ. The cat?
Yeah,
Wait,
I'm sorry.
The cat?
Yeah, I talk to Henry a lot. He's a cool guy. And then, during the nighttime, I have to be like, Henry, get the fuck away from me because he keeps bothering me.
Yeah, and at the nighttime, I'm the same way because I keep hanging outside of your window because I am a vampire and I am trying to Lost Boys you.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. You think Peter Pan was a vampire and that's why he hung outside of Wendy's window?
Oh, yeah, he's trying to bite that neck and say, hey, Welcome to forever now.
Welcome to Slamtown, bitch.
That's how they stay alive so long. And they need to go to a different world that doesn't have a yellow sun that'll nuke them when they're out and about.
Yes.
And that's why he only shows up at night.
This is also why Superman is an anti-vampire, because the yellow sun gives him powers. Think about it.
That is for real a plot point sort of in DC versus Vampires, a mini series like an Elseworld type thing. Yeah, it's real good.
Amazing. So goddamn dumb. So goddamn brilliant.
But hey, Sean, this is Big Jake Strong. Well, I want to check out Big Jake's dong. That ain't strong, though. It's ungodly. It wouldn't be allowed in the wrestling match comparatively to other dongs.
The worst part of all that, you had to look down at your notebook to remember the word dong.
No, I was like, was it Big Dong Jake, or was I was like, what did I write down here?
That's yep. Drago. Yeah.
Speaking of Drago, you just mentioned him.
I sure did.
Wrestlers are well groomed for the most part. And I was wondering.
Hopefully,
yes,
I'll say.
Hopefully. And they, like me, have to have a preferred setting on a buzzer to be like, this is how long I want my armpit hair to be. And I was wondering, Sean, do you have that?
I don't shave my armpit hair.
Oh, dang.
I'm chilling, man. Actually, my armpit hair is not too bad. I did a little bit in high school, but then I realized nobody cares. So I'm just like, this is fine, actually.
This might be why I'm so hairy. In like middle school, once I got a razor, I was like, well, I got to use it. So I was just shaving everywhere. My butt was getting shaved. My pubes were getting just like a clean razor shave. But now I use an 11 on everything body related, at least my pits and my pubes.
Ooh, how 11 out of 20?
11 millimeters.
Oh, okay.
Because then it's long, but it doesn't look like, oh, this is looking too young.
That's what as a man who, I was gonna say, as a man who takes care of his undergarments region, as you should. Listen, they don't explain that in health class. It's nice. It's convenient. As a friend and a lover once said to me, bruh, if you want me to go down on you, you can be a little considerate down there. Just be considerate down there. But yeah, this is always a conversation with your partner. I like a little bit. Also because it's a little bit of like, if you're the old nasty style, it's a little bit of cushion down there for both of you. So it's not just like rugged skin against rugged skin. You know, you want a little bit of like, fluffy pillow nonsense happening. But again, you don't need to be crazy about it. Find your It's like finding yourself. Find you and your partner's razor setting, and go to therapy. Discover yourself. Ask your therapist how long your pubes should be. Do that in therapy today. Do that today.
Related but not related. Nicole and we went to the Wisconsin Dells. And after we went to this water park, an indoor water park where it's off season, so at tops there might have been 60 people in the entire water park. It rocked. But
hell yeah.
On our way out, because it's this touristy thing, there's a little station that will like auto braid your hair. And I say like as just a joke because like obviously none of us would want our hair braided like this. It looks corny. I say, hey, Nicole, you want your hair? Oh, nope, never mind. And then Nicole starts laughing so hard. I was like, I was actually earnestly saying that. Then I realized like, oh, wait, no. And earnestly meaning like jokingly like, hey, you wouldn't want that, of course. That's not a haircut either of us should have. But then I realized, Nicole doesn't have hair to even do that.
Yeah, just sort of like, which is honestly, that's a good hack because we've all been there. We've all been alive in the 90s where we thought the Rachel was going to last forever. But like being able to like never fall for like goofy ass hairstyle shenanigans, that's smart. She's ahead of all of us.
Her genetics are like, yeah, man, we're going to act as if hair follicles are a virus, so you're not going to have them.
Yeah, and then she's gonna take that and create Pissmas and ruin all of our lives.
Sean, you got to listen to the newest Magical Meatball Girls because Nicole just asks out of nowhere, hey, would you still love me if my name was Rombert? And then the conversation that we have after that is one of the stupidest but funniest things we've ever had. Check out Magical Meatball Girls. Wherever you're listening to this, you can listen to that. But let's get back to this match, baby.
Yes, Drago makes the mistake of locking up with the significantly larger Jake, who's not just larger, but is also a very skilled wrestler. Drago gets put into the corner, he gets bullied a lot. Drago flips out of a back suplex, gets a few low kicks in before Jake dives to cut him off at the ankle. It's like a chop block is sort of like when they dive into the back of the knee. Jake does this, but to like the front of the shin. It's bonkers. And he continues the pressure on Drago's leg, setting up for that infamous ankle lock of his finishing maneuver. Drago kicks his way out of an armbar, climbs to the top rope, but Jake catches the crossbody. However, Drago counters again, spikes Jake with a tornado DDT. Drago covers, but Jake kicks out of two. He kicks out at two so hard, Drago flies off of him and out of the ring all the way to the floor. It's like Macho Man Yokozuna style. This is a specific reference that, I don't know, one of you might catch. And if none of you catch, would you still love me if my name was Robert? Still fighting outside. Jake back body drops Drago over the guardrail onto the bleachers and the chairs. Jake throws Drago back into the ring. Vader bomb into the ankle lock. Jake taps out Drago in 4 minutes and 49 seconds.
No!
It's fine. I think I said this last time we watched Jake and Aerostar. It's giving me WWE light by like bringing Jake in here and making him look so strong. And it's not entirely fair. It's like, no, he should be working. And like, there's really not a lot of places for him to go. I get it. But like, dang, dude, I don't want this. I want to see Drago and Aerostar, you know?
One place he could go is a goddamn circus, okay?
Wait, what, huh?
Because he's so big and he's, inhuman-like.
Yeah. You know where he should be going? To the set of the next Air Bud movie as a stunt coordinator. I didn't think this through. I just wanted to think about Air Bud again. I just want to think about Air Bud.
Where he should be going next is either to the stars or to
Inframundo.
Yes, there we go.
I got you. Oh, I'm fucking hoping they take him all the way to Inframundo. Speaking of the stars, as Jake is wont to do, Jake continues the beatdown. He goes over to Drago's nunchucks. That of course Drago brings nunchucks to the ring. He takes them off the corner, reapplies the ankle lock using the nunchucks. However, here comes, speaking of those stars again, Aerostar flying in to make the save. He doesn't manage to get Jake off of his feet, but he does get the big boy off of his friend long enough for both of them to roll out of the ring to safety. And yeah, this ain't over. Clap, 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 clap. Yeah, and then we go straight into our next match. No Mas, which again is an I Quit match. The only way to lose this match, there's no pinfall, there's no even submission. I always wonder if somebody passed out, because technically the ref's not allowed to stop the match. And because Antonio is such a weird pervert for violence, I wonder if someone did pass out and was unable to say I quit, if they would just be like, all right, we're going all night till he wakes up. Do whatever you want. Everyone needs a concession break. Go ahead, visit our stalls. But yeah, there's no submission, no pinfall, no disqualification. The only way to lose the match is to say the words no mas.
I think if Exolicious had passed out, Ricky could have been there on the side and his little doll could have been like, no mas.
Ventriloquist style, or God forbid, Jeff Dunham shows.
Oh,
Jeff
damn.
Dunham joins the Worldwide Underground to get Jack Evans this win.
I'm a wrestler on a stick.
That sucks. I hate it.
You want to know? We should we should watch like his first stand-up special when it was just like Peanut the grandpa and like one
Walter.
other. Yeah, like
I think the superhero probably was in there.
it might have been jalapeno on a stick. I'll look into that.
Yeah.
We should do another high watch along and have me just completely regret it.
You were so upset with me. Our last
also,
high watch log.
One, because it was hard to like talk, and two, it was harder to talk because I realized that you knew every single line to the Blue Collar Comedy Tour and you were quoting it, and I was like, wait, what the fuck is going on?
Well, that's not, to be, oh, hold on. For listeners, I want to be, you're painting me in an interesting light. Yes, I grew up with the Blue Collar Comedy Tour. Was I a fan of the Blue Collar Comedy Tour? And no. Is the reason James was mad at me was because I kept being like very critical of the Blue Collar Comedy Tour? Yes.
Well, you want to know what? We should do a watch along, not of his stand-up special, but of the Jeff Dunham show.
Oh, God.
That
hold on.
even my parents who loved him were so excited, and I didn't watch it. I believe I was a finger banging that night, or making beats, either or.
Same thing, really. Finger banging the muses.
And I was also excited for it, and then I was thinking they would have been just elated on how great this was. I think they sat down, had dinner to watch it, and then they
Date
were
night with Jeff Dunham.
Yeah, they were pissed. They were like, "This sucked so hard. This blows dogs for quarters."
Damn, I think I fell off of. I'm not like I was a fan before I realized what racism was. It's wild. I did not sort of put all that together when I first saw him. I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool. Oh, Ahmed the Dead Terrorist is an interesting character. All right, let's see how this plays out.
Hey, but remember, at the time, everyone was
a little racist.
They were like, hey, when we go to the shooting range, you better believe I need that Bin Laden target.
Yeah, sure. I fell off by the time the TV show came on, and what I was about to say was, I thought we were friends. James, why would you do that? Why would you do this to me?
I gotta see his filmography.
The Jeff Dunham television program. While you look up his filmography, let's get into the history of Jack Evans and Exolicious. They're 1-1 right now. Exo victorious in her debut against Jack Evans, who did not carry that very well, actually. He was very salty about it. But Jack victorious in their last match, a tag team event, where he was still so salty, he refused to release a hold, the one that passed Exo out. Exo never tapped, she just passed out. So now this is gonna essentially their rubber match. They're 1-1. Let's see who wins this best of three. As the self-proclaimed inventor of modern lucha libre, Jack Evans so motivated by rage. However, not so much that he won't start the match by flapping his gums. Every match in Lucha Underground that Jack Evans is in starts with him saying a lot of shit. He calls Exo an idiot, that she has no business sharing the ring with him, before Exo tackles Jack to the ground and beats the dog shit out of him. Jack rolls out of the ring, Exo follows with a Luthez press, and continues beating the dog shit out of him. Awesome. A lot of dog shit gets beaten out of Jack. Stratisfaction-esque head scissors off the steps onto the floor. Exo is kicking Jack's ass in these opening moments.
When this match began and Exolicious gets on the top ropes, does that splits. Finally, Nicole, head up from the phone, sees Exolicious for the first time and goes, whoa.
Hell yeah. Dude, I'm all right, Exo. I'm glad Nicole finally got on board. And yeah, Exo is definitely one of those performers you look up from the TV and you go, whoa.
Mm-hmm.
And she tries throwing Jack back into the ring. However, I'm sorry, did I cut you off? Did you have any more interesting Jeff Dunham facts?
Yes, his first special, Arguing with Myself, you have Walter, he starts out the show, and I forgot about this character. Glad he retired this character. Sweet Daddy D, who is a pimp.
Oh, yep.
Then we have Bubba J.
Okay, sure. What a classic.
A white trash
redneck
guy.
Yeah.
Peanut, who is his best character.
Oh, bar none. That's the mascot. That's the t-shirt seller.
And then Jalapeno on a Stick.
When I was a Jeff Dunham fan, and again, before I realized just how, not okay it is to be to be flipping around races like this, I really loved Jalapeno on a Stick because I thought he had the best, like, sort of like Bugs Bunny, Groucho Marx reactions.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's the only character that can kind of hold his own with Peanut. And I'm like, that's so cool. Oh, he's so fun. I love like that really witty sort of like straight man in the relationship. That's great. And then I got a little bit older. I'm like, wait a minute. A white guy probably doesn't need to do a Jalapeno on a Stick voice. This is actually probably racist as fuck. I don't know if I'm ready to watch Def Dunham again, I think is what I'm trying to say.
Okay, then we'll do the blue collar comedy show.
Let's go. Starring that one guy who's in a couple of things, and everyone but Ron White, arguably the best member of the most rewatchable member of the blue collar comedy tour.
Yeah. Hey guys, listen to our watch along. You'll agree as well.
Mm-hmm. They called me Tater Salad. Exo tries throwing Jack back into the ring, but Jack swings his legs around, kicks Exo in the face, setting up a 450 splash off the apron to the floor. It's so interesting. They both of them have a very flashy style, right? Like neither of them are like Stone Cold Steve Austin style brawlers. You know, they're not like they're very exciting. But this is unequivocally a blood feud. Like this is not for glory or for honor. This is for I hate you and I want to kill you.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So to see them like, but they're still like, so what's my best way to kill you? A 450 splash off of the apron, of course. A Stratisfaction head scissors off of the ramp, the stairs and the ramp to the floor. It's always interesting seeing how the context of this blood feud is going to fit in with the context of their moves, and it's exciting to watch.
Have we gotten to the announce table bit yet?
No. Let me speed this up.
Okay.
Oh, actually, yeah, we're there right now.
All right, that's what I thought.
Yeah, after the 450, Jack bounces Exo's head off of the announce table, which proves to be a mistake, as Exo uses it to launch off for a flipping blockbuster.
And then Exolicious takes a little break sitting on Stryker's lap. And then once she gets off, she moves on. And then Stryker goes, okay. And then clearly looks at Vampiro. And Vampiro goes, hey, I'm not going to say nothing but you're a gentleman, brother.
Absolutely. And you know what? To all the gentlemen out there, we salute you. We salute you. Thank you for letting tired wrestlers sit on your laps. We all need it. We all need a moment to take a squat on a lap to recover, to get back into this fight with this fucking bully. Which Exo calls Jack a bully, tries bringing him into the ring again, but Jack turns it around, throws a flying knee into her face. And this is where, I just loved how violent this looked. Jack sends Exo into a row of chairs. Jack takes Exo to a utility stairwell. So like not the stairs that lead up to the back and like are the big fancy ramps. It's almost like a fire escape, but like in the temple or in the rings, like a little past ringside area. Jack takes Exo to that staircase, wraps a chain around her neck, and then is the first time. This is how you win the match. You ask them, "Do you quit? Do you give up? Say no mas," and you put the microphone to their face. And this is when Exo, much like if somebody asked James if he hated this episode, answers with a resounding "fuck you."
Which Vampiro says, hey, I can translate that because in any language, that's a resounding no.
Yeah. Jack takes her back to ringside. Exo recovers Finley roll into the moonsault knees. Again, it's like blood feud. Like, Exo has been put up with bullies like this asshole for years. Jack Evans has his entire, like, that first match was supposed to be a showcase for Jack Evans. That was going to be him turning his fate around in this company. And now he's at the bottom of the card again. Fuck you. Like, they hate each other. But instead of just like punching each other in the face or stabbing each other with knives, it's moonsaults and Finley rolls and 450 splashes. It's because that's their language. I fucking love it.
Also, Jack screams, "You're goddamn right, I'm a bully, and I love it."
He's such a piece of shit. Jack sends Exo into a row of chairs, climbs the ladder to the second floor balcony, launches himself off, just flying little body through the air. before asking EXO again. And again, she says, fuck you. Now, Ivelisse, EXO's tag team partner from that second match of theirs, the one we mentioned before, Ivelisse comes out. She's not in this match, but like, I guess she's worried about her friend. She comes out. Jack immediately kicks her in the head and then shoots Ivelisse into another set of chairs. Like, Jack has no time for shenanigans. As silly of a little guy as he is too filled with hate and rage for any shenanigans tonight. However, that little interruption gives EXO enough time to recover. She throws Jack into the ring post, then finally into the ring. We're finally in the ring, baby. And in the ring, EXO is a flurry of offense around Jack, ending the combo sequence in a modified label lock, prompting the ref to ask Jack if he gives up. However, Jack does not.
And Vampiro, I think at this time says, should have fish hooked him. And that's Nicole whenever I beat her in Mario Party.
She wishes she would fish hook you?
Yeah, because then I can't be doing, like that big old jack off motion that most of those games desire from you.
Yep, true.
Like,
you can jack off while someone has their fingers digged into your your mouth. Yeah, you can still do that. A lot of people do.
No, I don't like people's hands in my mouth. Ugh. So I gotta go, get out of here.
Ew, yucky. You're too busy waving your hand in front of your face to be able to jack off efficiently. Okay, I see what's happening here.
When those mini games come up, Nicole's pretty much like, I might as well not even try.
Yeah.
James is gonna beat me so bad in this. He's going to set another record on our save.
James is gonna beat me the way he beats that dick.
Literally. Because it's also
cut
like
all of this out.
You gotta just like do it like this. Yeah. It's not about like big motions. It's about like put it on your palm and you just like let it bounce a little, and then the pop soda can shoots up so high in the sky. They knew what they were doing.
What I'm afraid of right now, when you release these episodes and we post them on social media, you always have like a list of little, things that we talked about in this episode. And one of them's gonna have to be jerking off to Mario Party. And I'm not ready for that.
No, I would put it as Mario Party motions, and then that's people
parentheses
be like,
jerk. Yeah,
no, because I have to fit the character limit on Blue Sky.
But people know what Mario Party motions are. All those blue skyers know exactly what a Mario Party motion is. And I'll tell you right now, it ain't rubbing your hand in a circular motion on the N64 analog, because that gave too many children blisters. They're not allowed to do that anymore.
But I think when you say Mario Party motion, that's the first thing people are going to go to.
Yeah. If they're a bunch of prudes
or a bunch of old ass dudes,
a bunch of old ass dudes who ain't jerking it with the Mario gang.
People in their mid 30s to mid 40s.
Oh my god! You wake up, watch MTV, jerk off next to Luigi, and join us in 2025. The label lock. I loved this sequence. I also love, so when Jack says no, he does not give up. EXO releases the label lock, but holds on to Jack's wrist so that she can sort of turn him around, kick him in the spine, and then still holding on that wrist, apply another label lock. Like just immediately going back into it with the crossface. And again, referee has to ask, hey, what do you say? And Jack's like, no, I refuse. And Vampiro mentions the label lock is being applied correctly. Like Stryker asks, is there anything else she can really do? He's like, no, it is. It's a very tight, like sort of, she's got the arm hooked up real tight back there, and she's applying the crossface. It's not that EXO's label lock isn't working. It's that Jack refuses to quit. He's so, like, as much as he can be a silly little guy, and we've seen a lot of matches where Jack doesn't try. Jack's ready to just give up and walk away. This is very personal for him. This is him losing his spot in this company, pretty much. Like, this is such it's an interesting sort of turn from where Jack often is. Jack is very often like the little chicken shit heel who doesn't mind running away, who doesn't mind and he's still a cheater here, but he's not chicken shit. Like, this means something to him.
The label lock is a wrestling move, but these days, Banks online banking are having to deal with the Labubu lock, meaning, we're gonna freeze your account if you keep buying all these Labubus.
I watched your eyes glaze over in the back of your head, and I could see
How could you see them glaze in the back of my head? Oh, like the glaze starts just like leaking out of my like as tears, and you're like, he's glazing in the back. That's gross.
Sure, I could see your spirit leave your body as a demonic possessive entity from like old Catskill era comedy. The old the old Borscht Belt comedians would inhabit your body, and you were looking for 80 pun to label lock. And I'm like, where is James going?
Labubu.
There it is.
Hey, if you guys want Labubu and you can't find them, go to the Wisconsin Dells. Literally all the gift shops have Labubu.
That's crazy. Actually, that's bonkers. Oh my gosh, you know how like people would like go to Michigan and then come back to Illinois and sell weed for like way cheaper?
Oh, I need to be going to Michigan soon.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. People are gonna be doing that for Labubus in a second. Don't release this episode. We should become bootleggers. Not like that we're creating fake Labubus, but that we're illegally transporting them across state lines. We could be the Al Capone and Al Capone. We'll find a way. Al Capone and Al Capone's friend of Labubus. And I'll get syphilis and you can make a bunch of money. That's how, let's go.
Dang, your mind is going to be riddled with syphilis.
Hell yeah, baby. With Labubu money. EXO tries that move again. To release the hold, kick him in the spine, put the hold back on. However, Jack this time catches her foot, slaps on an ankle lock. And now it's EXO's time to not quit. She kicks Jack off. That sounded weird. Competitors end up in opposite corners. EXO acts first with a back handspring into the face slap before tying up Jack's throat with her thighs. So she's just like choking him out with her thighs. And Jack's like, but he says, no. Do you give up? Fuck you. And so I love this. She spikes Jack's skull with like a modified pile driver. Just like choking you out with your thighs. And it's kind of, it's the Sonya Blade move from the Mortal Kombat movie.
Oh, and I'll be watching that later today for Death to Squids out on Thursday.
So jealous. It's one of my favorites. But yeah, so when he says no, she just boom. Which is something that it would have been cool if Sonya did. Just like drove his skull into the mat. EXO goes for the armbar. However, Jack counters and rolls it into a Gogo Plata. Which, a reminder, calling back to that tag match from earlier, this is the hold Jack used to pass EXO out. This is the one she passed out in. However, EXO doesn't give up again, stomps her way out of this one. And Jack, with one of my favorite lines of the match, the entire time, you mentioned it before, when he's like, I am a bully. There's a lot of times we didn't write down. Jack talks so much shit. I don't think there's anyone in the company who talks as much during the match. Like a bunch of little, like just little asides. And my favorite is here. He goes outside the ring. He says, for an object, I'm outsourcing this match. And he does. He brings in a steel chair and runs that steel into EXO's face, then sets it the small of her back. He sets up the chair and puts the small of her back perpendicular to the seat of the chair. Like, so you used to do it in school when you had when you didn't want to sleep sitting down because you were worried about your neck, so you would like lie down on the seat of the chair. I'm not crazy. People would do that, right?
I would lie on two chairs because, I'm long.
Yeah, well, I'm strong and I'm down to get the friction on, so I only used one chair.
I'm about as long as a long cat,
All right.
I hope that was on this show.
I think it wasn't, but it was mentioned on this show.
Okay.
I think we brought up Long Cat. Real heads know what Long Cat's about. Long as a door.
Yep. Long as a child's body laying on two chairs. This cat is long.
So EXO is splayed out onto the chair. Jack Evans says, if you won't give, I'm gonna snap your neck, and he climbs to the top rope. And this is I'll talk about the end. My biggest issue with this match is the interference. I think it takes away a lot more than I'm willing then it takes away a lot. Because again, this is such a serious blood feud. I think this needs to be determined by these two. And Jack's not doing anything illegal. Like, this is what the match is.
I mean, snapping someone's neck is murder, and that is illegal.
Nah, but do you know how many people have been killed in this temple?
Yeah, in the temple, not in the ring.
The owner is actively disappearing bodies like he was ice.
Okay, yes,
Too
but
soon? Yeah.
No, like keep those
Thank you.
fuckers in everyone's consciousness so, people know what's happening.
Keep those fuckers in your consciousness. Keep them out of Chicago. But like, yeah, it's messed up. But like, yeah, I don't. And I think specifically it takes away agency, right? Like the more interference that EXO needs to win, the less agency she has, and the less she gets for coming out of this rivalry, right? Mm-hmm. Also, it's and I think it's like 90% that and 10%, which is a heavy 10% of what these interferences are really doing, which is trying to give Joey Ryan a babyface push here.
Yeah, I was like, man, it sucks that like he is being a nice man right now when he's a monster. And then
in real life, a real life monster.
Yeah.
Yeah. A nice man in episode. Like they're giving him and it's weird too, because like he really doesn't, he is a great villain in the canon of this show, right? He's the reason Reyes was caught, and the reason the whole operation was sort of thrown out of whack. Like he's the reason Mr. Cisco was killed for the first time, right? It was because Reyes' cover was blown, and so Antonio took it out on Cisco, I think, if I recall correctly. And overall, yeah, he's supposed to be. The fact that he's not like in Antonio's pocket is kind of a bummer. Why not? Like you're trying to.
I think it's because they have way too many villains this season.
But we don't have any villains. And something I'm just noticing now. We've lost the plot. I don't see Antonio trying to further the end of the world, which I think if your wrestling show is going to be as high concept as Lucha Underground is, that's what I'm coming for every week, right? Like there should even be a moment where like, hey, you should watch all of them because there's great wrestling and there's little stories happening all over the place. But if you wanted to like, X-Files, where they'll have like hey, here are the list of episodes. If you want to follow the through line of X-Files, just watch these episodes.
Yeah, in quotes, remove the filler.
Yeah, and again, like some of the times the filler is the best part.
Yeah.
But it should be available, and I think something like that should be here, but we don't have that like at all.
Well, Sean, this is why I agree there shouldn't be dating in the workplace, because what we'll end up having, we got to dedicate half an episode to a wedding, which we have to get to, Sean. I need to use the bathroom, okay, brother?
Okay, yeah. So yeah, Joey's out, and Joey, we saw it coming in the match when he was like, oh man, you're doing too much. Hold on, maybe I'm not such a bad guy. Jack kicks Joey away, but it gives Evilise to recover, give her enough time to rescue EXO, pull her out of the way. Jack flies off the top rope through the chair. EXO now back up, roundhouse kick. She slaps on another armbar, leaving Jack no choice but to say no mas at 11:15. Post-match, Evie joins EXO in the ring to check and celebrate with EXO. Joey comes in and Evie rightfully asks, what the fuck are you doing here? Joey says, it's all good. I'm a hero now, and no way am I going to be ousted from the world of both professional and independent wrestling for gross allegations. But they're giving Joey, again, who could have been a great Weasel, even though the character is fine, we're over it. All three raise their hands. I don't know why. We're going backstage. Jack literally crawls his way past the grooms party of the Worldwide Underground. PJ looks down at him. I love this. He's like, go put on your tux, bro.
Loved it.
So Jack just keeps crawling. Looks like he's not going to be able to attend the ceremony tonight. So Ricky wants to take Jack's place. That way he doesn't have to be a stupid ring bearer anymore. And Johnny's freaking out. The rings aren't stupid, Ricky. You are. Joey's there, though. Again, Joey wrestling. Maybe one night only. He's there to calm Johnny down. And Johnny remembers what's important. Marrying the woman of his dreams. And he says he's glad his two best friends are here. Spoilers, neither is Ricky. Neither one of those best friends is Ricky. And they air guitar their way to the ceremony.
It's PJ and that doll.
Yep, it's PJ and the doll. And Joey's here too. in-ring wedding ceremonies. So beautiful, so lovely. It's all lime green, everything. Substitute ring announcer Famous B would like us to welcome the minister of this wedding, Famous B.
Woo!
That's right, he does it all. And as he says this, a little graphic in the lower third pops up with his face that says, Minister of Love, he does it all. Just great use of graphic design is their passion, and it shows. We get a quick little 423 Get Fame plug for all of your wedding services. Just pay this man. Before introducing Best Ish Man, PJ Black, Best Ist Man, Joey Wrestling, and Groom/Mayor of Slamtown, John E. Mundo. I almost said Morrison. Next is Bridesmaid, Cheerleader Melissa,
Woo!
Legally Distinct, and Unmasked Mariposa. Great to see Cheerleader Melissa officially a character in Lucha Underground canon. Bridesmaid of Honor, the beautiful Brenda, and the bride, Vera Loca herself, Taya. And this is where I wrote down, we talked before, this cut to a woman who looks just like Taya's mom. I'm like, it has to be. It has to be her. Mm-hmm. And Johnny and Taya are tearing up. I'm tearing up. This is rad. However, we cut backstage. As Ricky is reticent, he starts to climb a set of stairs to a dark, red-lit room. And he's carrying a pair of bolt cutters in his hands. But again, he doesn't want to be here. But the dolly urges him to give Taya and Johnny a wedding gift they'll never forget.
A virtual boy.
Yeah, and before she screams, "Do it, you coward."
Do it, you coward. Nicole's like, hey, they used my catchphrase.
Ricky enters the room and cuts the chains off of a door, releasing a growling and screaming monster, and he flees with a dolly. It's Matanza, baby. The monster, the god, the myth, the absolute menace, and hunk of a piece of ass. Matanza.
Where monsters roam, not in Marvel Comics, here in the temple.
So real. And it looks like he's going to roam his way to the wedding. Must have lost his invitation somewhere in the mail. We cut back to the in-ring ceremony. B gives the traditional speak now or forever hold your peace opportunity to anyone who wants to interrupt. To which owner Antonio Cueto comes out to say some shit. He says he did not come out to object to the marriage. In fact, he actually likes you two. This is what I noticed. Beautiful Brenda, who is the assistant to Famous B, she's mic'd just enough. And I don't know what they told her, just like say some shit. And she's constantly just talking little bits of shit. When Antonio says he actually likes you too, she goes, "Aw, sweet grandpa." She's awesome. She's
had now, I think for the second time, the funniest thing in an episode, but we'll get into that later. She does just a beautiful acting thing. It's amazing.
She's so good. So Antonio, because he likes them, he's here to give them a gift. And he says, "Ring the bell." Like, oh, fuck. There's a tense moment before the catering gets delivered. Antonio got everyone tacos. He got tacos for everyone. Aw, he's a sweet grandpa.
And it's all brought to the outside of the ring, right in front of the ring, like perpendicular. And I was like, everyone's getting thrown through some tacos. And Nicole goes, yeah, no shit.
Shut up. Both of you shut up. I need this. I need their love. Those tacos are going to be fine. I haven't scrolled down to the rest of my notes. This is going to be fine. I need to believe in love, James. There is an exchange of vows. Taya loves Johnny more than fluffy puppies, kneeing people in the face, beheading giant snake monsters. And tonight, they're going to put the slam in Slamtown.
Nicole and I kept going like, just kept saying like, yeah, man, we got to slam. And then Nicole goes, ugh. And I'm like, Nicole, why do you think slamming is so gross?
Because Nicole just doesn't like wrestling.
No, well, I mean, the act of calling sex slamming.
It's not appealing. You gotta give it that. Like, there's nothing romantic about slamming.
If your future juggalette wife goes, hey, you want to slam, you're gonna be like, yes, please.
If you want to slam?
Yeah.
What is she, Bam Bam from the Flintstones?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, great.
She's Rule 64, Bam Bam from the future episodes where he is an adult. So,
of course.
Sexy Bam Bam. But her name is Slam Slam.
Moving forward, Johnny's
Death by
vows.
Slam Slam.
Johnny's vows. You. Excuse me. Johnny's vows. He never thought he'd meet someone as tanned, ripped, and attractive as him, but then he found Taya. He loves her more than his own reflection. This is the best day of his life, and the most epic muscle of his body, his heart, belongs to her. This is like, they're both very goofy, right? Like the actual words are super goofy, but the way they deliver it, I don't know if you caught this, and maybe it's just, I don't think I'm reading too much into this. I think it's very easy to watch this. They're tearing up for real. Mm-hmm. Like, it's wild. Like, the words are so goofy, but you can tell, like, and as they're looking at each other, like, fuck, I actually love you so goddamn much. This is the dumbest and most beautiful shit in the world.
Well, it'd be like if your future juggalette wife proposed and married you in an improv scene. You guys love improv so much, and then you guys are getting married in an improv scene, and Famous B is there to marry you. You're going to tear up.
I don't want to marry anyone. Stop trying to marry me off to this fictional juggalette. Because here's what I'm afraid of is that you're going to like somehow put a robot AI brain into a mannequin body, paint the mannequin body with a clown makeup face, just so I stop complaining about being single. And I'll stop complaining about being single if you stop trying to hook me up with AI juggalettes.
It's just Scarlett Johansson, but she's a juggalette now.
Ew, gross.
What?
She's married to Colin Jost. No thanks.
Oh, well, no, not this version.
What do you mean not this version? So it is a clone. So it's a clone, if not an AI, which is just as sketchy.
No, it's AI.
No, I don't want to marry an AI.
Yeah, you do.
Absolutely not. I do, but like, yeah, this is like, I am like deeply moved by like how absolutely like beyond goofy the actual context is, but like they're looking like the entire time they're looking at each other, like they're mouthing at each other, like just like, hey, I actually love the shit out of you, like stuff that the mics do not pick up on, and like I feel confident saying this because they are still together. They've been together for however many years now, and you know they seem to be doing very, very well. Yeah,
7 years.
7 years now. Yeah,
Nicole and I have been together for twice as much.
Well, it's not a competition.
Yeah, it is, brothers.
Oh, brothers? Who else is here?
The audience.
Oh, hey, I didn't see you there, gang. Yeah, honestly, I feel like if there's anything to watch from this episode, the Jake match was a little too quick. The EXO Jack match is amazing, but there's just too much run-ins. I think it really is watching this wedding ceremony. It's watching the way Taya and Johnny are looking at each other, saying the dumbest shit in the world, but with like sincerity in their eyes. It's magical. What do you want? Johnny says I do. Taya says see. So now, of course, the presentation of the rings. So out comes Ricky with the rings. Brenda with another great line. He's cute, but his dolly's too dirty for me. B takes the rings. He insults the doll, tells him to get.
Go on, get.
Johnny twisting the knife even further, just really kicking Ricky out of the ring to watch the rest of the ceremony from the front row. And as again, Ty and Johnny mouthing more sweet nothings to each other. Just like, I know I'm being a bad guy. This is a character, but fuck, I love you so much, babe. And with the power vested in Famous B, he now pronounces them man and holy shit, what is that? The monster Matanza runs to the ring, wrecks the whole wedding party with fists and headbutts and carnage.
And glances, because after most of them are beat down, he looks at beautiful Brenda and just kind of goes like, what? And then she goes, ah! And then just faints like a 1940s cartoon character. And that was the funniest moment of the episode. Beautiful Brenda, I've said it before, I'll keep saying it. So funny, so good.
Amazing faint as she's taken out. I don't think cheerleader Melissa, she kind of bucks up, but like she doesn't get a chance to do anything before Matanza just picks her up, power slam to Melissa. She's out of here. Famous B, still, because he's still in his wheelchair, he tries to wheel away. However, the monster grips him from the back, suplexes him and the chair. The monster Matanza suplexes a man and a wheelchair in a single suplex. That's how dominant this beast is.
Also, where is he going to wheelchair to? This is not an ADA certified ring.
No, he didn't think ahead, but he didn't have any time to either.
They could have, Benny Hilled around the ring for a little bit.
PJ, he kind of like, because again, the first thing Monster does is just clear out everyone, like all the workers. PJ's trying to get back up to the ring. However, Matanza grabs him, drags him all the way up to the apron just to throw him through that table. Slam. One table of tacos ruined. Taya is bleeding. Johnny won't put up with this shit. He tries to fight Matanza again. However, Matanza, with a capture suplex, throws him from the ring over the top rope through another taco table.
It was insane.
Bonkers ass toss. And now Taya, just this image alone, Taya bleeding, being stalked by the monster, stands up and is like, wait, I'm Vera Loca, and I don't stand for this shit. This is my wedding, motherfucker. And she just starts going at him. Like, yeah, it's nothing. If you, that's my wife, not Taya, but a woman who, like, after I'm put through a table because I'm a slight man, like I'm there, I'm fighting, but I know I see the future. I'm getting put through that table. I just want my wife covered in blood to fight the monster as well. And then we die together. That's how we fight ice. Me and my wife, bleeding, put through tables, but on the side of righteousness.
No, it's gonna be you late night on some sort of, I guess, Elden Ring. You can do co-op. Yeah, that's, you guys are trying to take down that big lady or whatever.
That's great. Perfect. Beautiful. As the world burns around us, we're playing Elden Ring. And that's what's wrong with this goddamn country. Wake up, sheeple. You're being put into cages as we speak. Taya, bleeding, standing up for her love, her team, and her own goddamn wedding, fights the monster. But a wrath of gods from Matanza sends her straight to hell. He drags her out of the ring, chokeslams the bride through her own wedding cake. All the while, Ricky in the front row cheers and throws confetti. And that is this week in Lucha Underground, Season 4.
It's a good thing it wasn't like a huge wedding cake, because usually those have like poles in them. That would have hurt. Or it wasn't a decorative cake, which it's how I describe Nicole's sister all the time. Her energy is, Nicole was in pastry school, and for her exam had to make like a cake, like a wedding cake, to decorate it. So it had like all the like fake flowers. It looked beautiful. Her sister comes into the house. It's on the table, and she goes, "Whoa, have you guys ever just want to like punch something?" And then Nicole's like, "Yeah, go for it." And she's like, "Wait, I can?" And Nicole's like, "Yeah, man, it's already been graded." She goes to punch it, but like she didn't know that it was like a fake cake just decorated, because like you can't make a huge cake. There's no cake underneath the frosting and et cetera. It's styrofoam. Goes and punches it and just goes, "Oh no," and just like hurts her hand.
Literally got the end of Blazing Saddles. It's like I said, oh yeah, let's go punch these people in the town. It's a fake town. And then they blow them up.
I've never seen that movie.
Oh my gosh. I saw it probably too many times as a child. I loved it. Yeah. It's a movie. And if you want to be moved, hey, maybe you check out ShakespeareBloodOath.com. We are in our final week this week. So you have 4 more days. Thursday the 9th, Friday the 10th, Saturday the 11th, or Sunday the 12th of October to check out our production of the Scottish tragedy Macbeth at Movement on Montrose. Tickets are pay what you can, which is fucking pay what you can. Come on through. You can reserve your spot on ShakespeareBloodOath.com. Motherfuckers.
Can I pay with a poem?
I mean, yeah, we'd prefer money, but you do what you do. You do what you do.
Hey guys, head over to patreon.com/MLMpod, where for $5 a month you get exclusive content every single Friday. This Friday should be the Citizens of Townsville Z with Nicole and I, where in the beginning we will be going into a little more in-depth conversation about our trip to the Dells, the Wisconsin Dells. So head over there, check that out. And if you're a $10 patron, you get all of that plus monthly bonus exclusive content in the form of straight to Patreon. Last month, for my birthday, I had my friends over to watch what I thought was going to be a bad movie, but ended up being a pretty good one, except the two people on the dais, they were too mean to the movie. We watched The Item. It was Sean and Pearl, and they were mean.
I was torn. Neither of us were mean. I was torn. You can listen. Listening back to that episode, you could hear me come to grips that this movie gave me complicated feelings.
Yeah. Because at the end, both of you guys were like, wait, maybe it was making good points. I hate how James can convince us of that. Because one of you guys said I watched the movie, so I know it is bad, but James is somehow making it good.
That was me. It was. Listen to the podcast. Also, watch The Item for yourself. Honestly, that's my takeaway. Watch The Item.
It's on YouTube. Go check it out. $19.99. And $10 patrons also get their names shout out on every single free feed podcast. So let's begin with those, starting with Steve F., Alex Z, The Waz, Orion, my Bickle brother in common law, Joshua, Jake, Steve Barnes, a sweet child of the time, and Intro Void, my mother, Lil Corey's BFF, and now former roommate Shane. From This Movie's Gay, as well as twitch.tv/Corwinning, it's Corwin. From the Rom Complex, as well as Formulaic, a podcast and script writing, it's twitch.tv/R2Shelby2. And from Speed Radio, a podcast and all things Sonic the Hedgehog, it's Tay, a.k.a. Zinny D, and I've been James.
And I've been Sean, and this has been Sweaty Time Pro Wrestling. Purple Prancer forever, be like Bob.
Bye-bye. Oh, yeah.